Champions League football potentially for Newcastle United, Eagle, for the first time since 2002, 2003. I mean, all three of you would be very familiar with the city of Newcastle.
Yeah.
How much would that mean to that city?
It's a huge thing for them, and I think they deserve it for the support they've given to the team, to the club throughout the years. They've always been there, and you could see the reaction after the game. They celebrated together with their fans, and overall, when you look at the quality of their football this season, I think they deserve it.
But it is years ahead of what Newcastle originally planned since the takeover.
I think they're ahead of schedule, yeah. And you know, dependent upon how they finish the season, if indeed they do qualify for the Champions League, you know, that will dictate who they look to bring in, I would suggest. They've spent a lot of money, but I think they've spent it very wisely. You know, when you look at some of the players, that, you know, we've just seen Dan Burn there, who's been a great signing for them. You know, Trippier has been exceptional since he's been at the club. Guimaraes. I don't think Eddie Howe's made what I would call a signing that's disappointed. I can't come up with one.
Yeah, it's interesting that none of the top six really had a serious push for Bruno Guimaraes before Newcastle got their hands on him, because he's a talented player. But I wanted to talk about Dan Burn very quickly, because he seems like quite a bit of a clown in the dressing room, a bit of a jokey personality. I don't know, is he like that?
Yeah, he's a very good personality for sure. I think he's come up to the age where he has this responsibility and he's back home. So
yeah, he tried to match the height of Callum Wilson. I found that quite funny, actually.
He feels the responsibility of playing for his hometown club, and I think this is an amazing thing to be home and to be part of this project at the moment is fantastic. It's going the right direction. And
for him as well to come in first as a centre-back and being almost forced out. No, he's played on the left before in the past prior to his move to Newcastle. But for him to come in as a central defender and then being pushed out because of Sven Botman, if I'm not mistaken, and excelling in that spot.
Yeah, well, again, you know, Eddie Howe will have seen him playing at Brighton.
Yeah.
And, you know, he played as a central defender in a 3, he played as a central defender in a 4, he played at left back, he played as a wing back at times at Brighton. You know, a very capable player. And, you know, Philippe was saying earlier on that, you know, from him as a younger player at Fulham when Philippe was there, how he's developed. It's a great little story.